There is a priest shortage in the Catholic Church. A 2025 study found that in the United States, only 16 of the nearly 150 Roman Catholic dioceses have ordained enough priests in recent years to maintain their current level of clergy. Mass Transit has seen many incidences of closed or consolidated parishes in every diocese we visited. We've also met dozens of priests, wonderfully gifted and committed priests who give their all to serving God. Those shepherding the most vibrant parishes that are growing, even thriving, share many things in common. The most dynamic parishes we visited are not shy about encouraging parishioners of all ages to discern God's will for their lives. May these testimonies stir hearts to listen to God's call, whether to priesthood, religious life, marriage, or dedicated service in the world. Every vocation begins when we dare to ask and to trust that His plan for our lives is greater than our own. Father Jonathan Meyer, pastor at All Saints Parish in Southeast Indiana, shares his vocation story and then continues seamlessly with what his decision to answer God's call has manifest for his life. A link to the Mass Transit documentary on All Saints can be found below. Check it out to see the remarkable things God is doing.
My name is Father Jonathan Meyer. I've been a priest for 21 years. So thankful to the Lord for the calling that He has given to me. I'm from the Midwest, and really when I say that, I mean I'm from all over. I was born in Michigan, then lived several years in Wisconsin, and then moved to Indiana, became a Hoosier in 1993, and then felt a calling to the priesthood when I was in college at the University of Southern Indiana in Evansville. I entered into seminary and was ordained a priest in 2003 and have been blessed to be able to serve in the Archdiocese in various capacities, whether it be as the Director of Youth Ministry, Associate Pastors, and now, thanks be to God, at 2 different times as a pastor and 2 different assignments, and throughout all of that, being heavily engaged in youth work, youth ministry, and I'm known also for coaching cross country and track at the public high schools. My calling to the priesthood began when I was baptized by my parents, Terry and Dwayne Meyer. They planted within me the gift of my Catholic faith. And thanks be to God, I was raised in the Catholic Church, received all of my sacraments. I would say though that my faith really became actualized in a very personal way, in a real way, when I was in college, my sophomore year in college. And through there and that desire to know the Lord, I kept pursuing Him as He kept pursuing me. And that led ultimately to me saying yes to entering the seminary in 1997 with a firm desire to bring people to know Jesus in a personal, intimate way. And that revolved very much so around the Eucharist, a desire for me to bring people to a love of Jesus in the Eucharist because I did not know Him in the Eucharist. It was really my time in seminary that taught me about Eucharistic adoration, Eucharistic devotion, the beauty of the Mass. And because I didn't understand any of that, as a young Catholic or a young adult, I wanted to have that be really the thrust of my priesthood. And I can thankfully say that 21 years of priesthood, I think that that's what my priesthood has very much so been focused on promoting Eucharistic adoration, open Eucharistic adoration chapels, trying to bring reverence and devotion to the liturgy, and to do all of that through catechesis and the formation of young people. The day that I was ordained a priest, I was made the Director of Youth Ministry for the Archdiocese of Indianapolis with my classmate, Father Bob Robeson, which involved working with youth ministers, being in collaboration with DREs and school principals, with a very clear mission from our Archbishop Daniel Beeklein, to bring catechesis and to bring Eucharistic devotion to the young people of the Archdiocese of Indianapolis. Being the Director of Youth and Young Adult Ministry for our diocese taught me very, very quickly how to preach, how to keep people's attention, how to engage people, how to work with people, how to enter into challenging situations, and I would also say just how to have joy, how to be fully and authentically myself, and to allow my priesthood to shine through that. So my first assignment as the Director of Youth Ministry was just a great blessing to the formation in my early days of priesthood. I've been very blessed to have served. Every parish that I've ever been at has had a perpetual adoration chapel. My first assignment was Our Lady of the Greenwood on the south side of Indianapolis, then St. Luke on the north side of Indianapolis, and then my first assignment in Jennings County. We opened an adoration chapel there, and then we opened an adoration chapel here at All Saints, and thanks be to God, just opened a second adoration chapel at St. Mary's in Aurora. So perpetual adoration has been a huge part of my life as a priest, and I believe that a priest saying yes to perpetual adoration chapel is never about the priest. It's about the 300 plus people whose lives are radically changed because of that hour of silence or multiple hours of silence that they make a week. So perpetual adoration has been a huge, huge part of my priesthood, and so thankful for that.
We were all created for a purpose far greater than comfort or success. The Lord has a unique mission for your life. Whether He is calling you to the holy vocation of marriage, the sacred priesthood, or the consecrated life, do not be afraid to ask Him, Lord, what do you desire for me?